Season 2.
Season 2. I'm excited, I think.
Do you remember how to do the intro?
No. I had to rewrite it like 4 times. Actually, I thought about changing the intro like right before you got here. Not like all the way, but now that I'm not associated with any Fed, can I really say straight from the head's ref table?
It is. It's
still a table.
It is still being used
I don't want
as
to
the
say
head
like
ref table.
straight from some random ass big table that we have.
The big table.
Yeah, straight from the big table. It's not a big table, it's the big table. All right. Ew. Ugh. Gotta be a little dramatic. And all the things that have torn me apart, nothing has made me more whole, covering the good, the bad, and the shit that keeps us going, straight from the head ref's table, a.k.a. the big table. I'm your host, Travis Papa Bear Rogers, and you are listening to A Forest Through the Trees, a cave podcast, here with the man who's going to total 2,000 plus this weekend. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Carly Master.
What's going on, man?
And as we've gone through an entire season 1, still has not changed his fucking Instagram handle.
You called me.
Yeah, so you have nothing. There's no rebuttal against that at all.
I didn't even think about it the whole time we took our break. The handle is not my concern.
So how long has it been? Four-ish, 5-ish weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Look, how about this? I will change it in the hotel room. I will do that.
I feel like that's very fitting.
I'll do it there.
So, speaking of hotel rooms, if you have no idea what he's talking about because we're Joe Schmoes and you don't follow us on Instagram. Actually, that would be stupid if you didn't follow us on Instagram but you listen to our podcast.
Yeah, it's like where we post like all the,
Yeah. So, like, you'd have to know. You know. We do have a meet this weekend, a.k.a. it was Carl's meet, and I accidentally got suckered into it.
You're the tag-along.
I'm the tag-along, but I'm competing as well for whatever reason.
He wants to show up and out-total me. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, I got to let you push for something. So let's recap very briefly so we don't run out of time. Our meet prep so far, because it's been good. We've been really good.
So, I mean, I'll go first if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
About 5 weeks out, I switched to a conventional pull, so that was fun to jump into. Learning the timing on that, and then the last 4 or 5 weeks paid off. I pulled a PR on my last reverse band variation.
That's right. Yep.
I was pretty happy with that. Pretty stoked. Squat went great. Took a reverse band PR. Nothing.
What was that? 817.
So like a 6 pound PR. So that was fun. And I handled my third attempt bench like 4 different times through a prep.
Yeah, you're killing that.
I'm pretty stoked.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt on that.
What about you?
I have done. I am very much on the plan of less is more.
Yeah.
And it's honestly been working out really, really well for me.
It almost upsets me how well it worked out.
Yeah, I know. Because Carl's like, I got to do DE day. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bodybuild and do some dumbbell bullshit. But I have been bodybuilding a lot. I've put on some weight. I'm up to been floating between like 230 to 232. So this is going to be my first meet in a new weight class at 242, not filling it out all the way, but heavier than 220. This is going to be my 4th weight class of my career, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
81 to 242 now.
Yeah, so super excited about that. So I've been squatting and deadlifting probably once every 2 weeks, rotating between the two. So like if we squat on one Sunday, we'll deadlift on the other coming Sunday, and then I'll switch back to squat again. So it's about 2, sometimes a little longer between sessions. But other than that, I've been bodybuilding the entire time. So like I'm not taking, a 10x2s like normal things we would normally do. I have just been like, yep, that's good.
It's pretty ridiculous.
And I'll move on.
How low the frequency is. But
it is. But it's keeping me a lot healthier, I feel. I feel a lot better.
My
recovery's through the roof right now. It's very easy to push myself when I need to. We went from busted ass titty 2 weeks before the summer to like, it would be sort of cool if you benched ever again, to like, hey, we're in a shirt. We might be able to make this work. To, hey, we're gonna get at least 600 this meet and call it there. And to where we are currently now, which is we're probably gonna take a shot at our first 700.
Yep.
So.
And I would say like the transition from like not being in a shirt to being in a shirt was way slower than we're in a shirt to, hey, we're taking a PR bench.
Yeah, like once I knew I was good, I was like, all right, we're good.
Yeah. It'll happen very quickly.
Deadlift stayed about the same for me. I'm around around a low mid sevens, so like 730ish. I'm probably looking to take between 730, 740 at the meet. I did the 700 bench to a one board, pretty damn smooth. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then lo and behold, I had a random ass squat PR after not wearing a full kit since like March.
Yeah, a pretty sizable PR too.
Yeah, it was almost 40 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
30. Yeah.
Well, if we're talking only in multiply gear, then yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Ow, that was my elbow. Holy shit.
Per variation, that was a 40-pound PR.
Yeah. So prep has been really good for we missed a single lift all prep, right?
No, I didn't.
No, nobody?
Okay, well, if we're counting the double to a two-board, but that wasn't really like
I wasn't really like peak.
Yeah, that was before.
So, but yeah, it's been great for us. So we're going to be in Newark, New Jersey for the RPS Autumn Apocalypse, correct?
Yes, that's
and
correct.
It is a 2-day meet, Saturday and Sunday, 198 down along with women and children on day one at Saturday, and then day 2 is 220 thickums and up.
All the Husky boys.
And it'll be us on Sunday with our buddy Alex Hawkins that also goes to our gym, joined by many Cave crew and No Luck teammates. So it'll be
We're rolling in pretty deep.
we are rolling in deep. It'll be a pretty good time.
Yep, it'll be a great time.
So today's podcast, we really wanted to focus on something I know way too much about. Not by choice, but I mean, I guess it's by choice because you continue to do it. But
yeah, I would say it falls.
It wasn't willingly like I wanted to have one of these, but it just kind of like happened. Talking about comebacks today, man. What's considered a comeback? What qualifies as a comeback? And probably talking. I mean, it wouldn't be a podcast without us if we didn't talk a little bit of shit on some people who quit the sport and then come back.
A tad.
Yeah. So when you hear the words like comeback in relation to a powerlifting standpoint, what do you think of, Carl?
Well, present company has a pretty big dictation on that.
Yeah.
I would say it has like something to do with a fairly decent sized injury that puts you out of the game for a while, and having to climb the ladder back to either where you were or going past that. And I'd say going past that's much harder on the mental barrier than the physical barrier.
I would definitely agree with that.
It also fits into just like, I would say the years that if you were to take a step back, like there's a time. I would say it had to be at least 3 years. Like you can't
have a comeback if you didn't have a career to start with.
Yeah, well, I was going more on the side of like, you have to have you have to have something to come back to. So you have to be notable in the sport, and also there has to be a time frame reached, like a limit to how long it's been since you've been out. So like if you're taking a step back and it's not for an injury reason, I would say you'd have to be out for a couple of years before you come back and it'd be called a comeback. Like if you take a 3 months off, that's not a comeback.
Right.
It's just you
taking a break.
You took a break. But if it's like 2 years, 3 years, I would say that's considered a comeback to the sport.
So we're measuring either, like you just said, like a reasonable year
right.
Amount off of time before coming back and doing, reintroducing and going to a meet, or in the other sense of a debilitating injury that literally puts you out and you don't know if you're literally going to come back and compete again.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that. I think that's good. I've never personally took a break. I've only been on the really bad side of the comebacks where it's a horrible injury, more than one. I would say this is probably. I joked around because when I posted one of the PRs I hit, I was like, "You can't call it a comeback if you've already done it this many times. Like, is it a comeback anymore? Or is it just normal?
It's just how it is.
It's just Oh, he's fucked up. Well, he'll be back stronger.
Well, he was fucked up last year too.
Yeah, he came back stronger again. So I mean. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I'm just built different.
What you're saying?
I'm built incorrectly.
Too dumb to quit.
Yeah,
Too stubborn.
too dumb to quit. Too stubborn to die.
Yeah.
Patent it. We're putting that shit on a T-shirt. That's gonna be the podcast T-shirt.
No, that's a good idea.
It is a good idea. But I think that's definitely a notable idea and definition of what is considered a comeback within the sport. Plus, kind of laying that against what you normally see as people like, kind of like flexing their shit and being like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit. I'm retiring from powerlifting." I don't think anything agitates me more than seeing people retire from their powerlifting career when they haven't really had a powerlifting career.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's also hard to call it a career to begin with because 99% of people aren't making money off of this.
Yeah. I mean, I use career in the sense of like longevity, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been doing it more than 10 years.
Yeah, right.
Right? But I think like to have a powerlifting career, well, I mean, if we're defining comeback, how would you define a powerlifting career? Like, would that also just be a stint of time?
Probably. I mean, I can't. I said that. I just said it for a comeback, so I'd have to follow the same lines for a career. It'd have to be a certain amount of time.
Well, what's a certain amount of time to you?
Well, I don't have one, and it's been. I wouldn't say
Do you only say you don't have a powerlifting career because I actively be like, Carl, you don't have a career? Like,
No.
Is it me being a dick? That's why you don't have a career? It's not measured in years. It's measured by what I want, Carl.
It's measured by the people around you. If they say you don't, then you don't.
Yeah.
No, I mean, a career would. I think we've covered this before. Like, it has to be a good amount of time. Like, more than most. I feel like most people wouldn't last more than 6 years in the sport. So if you can surpass 6, 8 years, then I would consider that a career in it.
Yeah. I definitely also consider a career like stints in weight classes. You know what I mean? Like, so like you've done like
Your body of work.
Yeah, and like that can also be said about like your divisions as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I've done, this would be 4 different weight classes. I've done 4 different divisions. I've collected the Infinity Stones on open powerlifting.
Right.
Like, that would be considered like a career to me. Now, career doesn't mean it's like incredible. You can still have a career in powerlifting and not be like top 10 and shit like that.
Right, totally.
Because you can still have a body of work.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to be like, I guess I don't have a career.
No, I know.
Because he told me I don't have a career, so I just got to stick with it now.
Like, I've said it before on here, like, I'm just a guy who lifts weights.
Carl's just a random guy on the street. I was like, you want to do this podcast with me and spot me with shit that's going to scare you? You're fine. But when we look at that and we have people like, I mean, we could easily call out a handful of people, you know, I had different run-ins, of course, with people online and like, but people that weren't just online, like I knew them in real life and they'd done our meets before, you know, argue with the referee call, get pissed off about it. We're like, it doesn't even matter. I'm retiring from the sport anyway. And I'm like, the fuck is retiring even mean? And of course, like later down the road, you see them back training for meets in like 3 months. And I'm like, I know multiple people like that. I'm like, dude, that's so pathetic. Just be like, hey, I'm going to take a break for a little while. Like, you're not retired from shit.
Yeah, take a little hiatus, you know.
Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed to be like, hey, life's busy. We had a kid. I got a new job. We're moving. Like, you can take a hiatus and not blow it up as some big retirement thing like you're,
like,
you know.
dramatic.
Yeah, I would think, overly, like, fictionalizing your retirement is some low-grade dog shit.
I feel like a lot of people in powerlifting like to
dramatize the sport.
Everything about
like,
it.
we're going to war with the bar.
It's life or death out there.
Yeah, it's not.
It's lifting weights.
Don't worry. We were all scared for you for your 225 bench. I was quaking in the warm-up room. Will he make it out alive? What will I tell his family if he doesn't get it?
The local meet with their War of the 198s.
Dude, oh my God. Don't even get me fucking started on that, man. When I see that shit and it's like they're trying to hype up a meet and they're posting 2 people against one another and then you outsource on open powerlifting both people and they're like under 500 dots. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to draw like that they're trying to make something out of nothing. I don't know. There's not like a lot of grab there.
We got enough local drama to deal with. I don't want fucking other drama.
No, we can't.
Yeah, I can't handle it. But I think one of the big things also playing a comeback, especially since we can talk more, like I can talk more experience on my side as far as like coming back from life-altering injuries. You know, I have a really awesome injury body of work, by the way. I've done
I would say it matches your powerlifting. Like
almost. Like, do you think
band for band?
Do you think if I do 33 meets, I could also line them up with like 33 injuries? And
I'm sure if we thought
out?
long enough, we'd
Probably
come
could.
up with 33 of them.
Not life-altering ones, though. I had some really bad ones. What are my top 5? I'll give my top 5 injuries I've had. This is a good top 5 list right here.
Give your top 5 injuries and top 5 totals. So, like, it balances out.
We have to look at the years on open powerlifting to see if they coordinate.
Yeah.
Like, he was at his strongest, but this also got him the most hurt.
Oh, shit. That'd actually be really good to look at, so we can be like, okay, now we got to pull back on things. We put up a really big total.
I don't think so, because then
Let's
you'd
dial
look at
back.
it and you'd let me stop doing shit. You'd be like, oh, we're about at that time
Yeah.
limit. We're approaching your limit.
What did we say going into this when you were, like, wanting to pull a deadlift PR?
Yeah.
And we were like, well, just do a deadlift only. And, like, 6 weeks out, stop deadlifting.
Yeah, no,
and then
you
go
said
into it.
you said I always get hurt 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
So it's like the week before we deload or try to peak is when I usually something random happens.
Don't
like
do anything
I pull
that
a
week.
hamstring or some bullshit. So top 5, pain wise and life altering wise, definitely bilateral double quad
That's a
rupture
given. Yeah.
off the bone. That's bad.
No debate there.
Well, yeah, when you gotta end up with a wheelchair and learn how to walk again, and you can't shit by yourself, it's pretty bad. Did I ever tell you? Oh, dude, you know what it's like going to a rehab facility and like meeting people for the first time to help you? It's awful,
No, I can't say I
dude.
do, but
This sucks. We should have told this story on the story one. All right, so my in-house rehab lady, right? My they
there
call
to
them
take care of you.
Yeah.
Whatever
My
you need.
occupational therapist, like what are they called? I don't think it's PT. It's something else.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know. But like where I went, everyone was there for like blown out hips.
Right.
So it was like me at like 32 years old with everyone else in like their 60s and 70s.
Yeah, you're the young guy.
I was the only young guy there. And so the nurses are usually pretty young too.
Right.
So my nurse is like 30.
Maybe.
30, like very sweet. She was super nice. And I felt so bad because like I like to be naked. Like I sleep naked. I walk around my house naked. Like
Right.
I like to be naked. But it's different when you're like there's no context.
That's your own house. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
go-
But it's like it's a different context when like you meet someone for the first time and you're just butt ass naked for what feels like no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
like it's like one step away from wearing like an attaché and me being a streaker. And just be like, here you go. Like, hey, what's up? So she literally comes in my room and she's like 30 and I'm like, oh fuck. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna help you get a shower. And I'm like, okay. She goes, you can just get undressed at your own convenience. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna have a hard time doing that. Like, so here I am, butt ass naked in the handicap bathroom with her.
Yeah.
While she's helping me wrap my leg with both legs with trash bags, so I can keep the braces on without getting them soaking wet.
Right.
Sitting on this thing, and she's like trying to help me soap my body. And like, this is the first time we've ever had any kind of contact with each other at all.
Did you at least like introduce yourself? Like, hey, I'm
Dude,
Travis.
it was basically like, hi, my name's Travis. This is me naked. Like, it was pretty weird.
So on her side, I mean, she deals with that all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Hey, that's a very-
but she's also probably, like, used to dealing with just, like,
Yeah.
older people, too.
Right, totally. And not as many tattoos as well.
Yeah.
So
What did you do today? I bathed the naked illustrated man. Like, what do you think?
I bathed the sketchbook.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird.
I mean, professional wise on her, she's like, oh yeah, this is totally normal, and you're just like, well, here it is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. We're all out there. Sorry to disappoint.
You know my whole story, everything about me.
So that sucks. But yeah, bilateral quad tear was probably the worst. What else has happened? Blowing out my tricep and ulnar, that was bad.
Yeah.
Totally unattached from the bone, and then fucked my elbow to pieces. I have 4 pins and a wire in my left elbow and tricep. And then you had to relearn how to like use your fingers, and like you remember me with the little stress ball and like learning how to do all that stuff again. That sucked. I mean, you couldn't even do like the TV remote. Like, dude, you just
Damn.
Yeah, bro, it
I
sucked.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. And driving, thank God it was my left arm because like I could still drive my right.
Totally.
But driving wasn't that safe either because it's like you couldn't really in an emergency you can't like go like that. You know what I mean? Like it was really hard to do something.
Yeah.
But so that one was really bad. 1 year right before Christmas break, I was younger. I think I was like late 20s here.
Right.
I was still the weight room coordinator at the high school. I got a testicular torsion.
Oh.
Yeah. It's when your boys, the cord between your boys and your man twists around itself on the inside. And if you don't catch it, you can actually self-castrate.
Like they do on
Like
goats?
like one of your balls will turn black and like fall off.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it sucks. So it like untangled and then I retangled it in my sleep, like rolling over.
Did you have to like untangle
Well,
it
like
yourself?
no, like once it I heard like once it happens once, you're way more susceptible to it happening again.
Okay.
You just create the groove.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It sets itself.
It's terrible to say out loud. So we had to go to the ER in Berlin
Right.
at like 3 a.m. with tangled balls. And I was in a gown and Jess took a picture. I'll have to, maybe I can find that picture and make it our podcast cover. I will do that if I can.
That'd be great.
And it says, she sent it to my mom.
Right.
And it's me in a gown like this in the bed. And it says, Merry Christmas, your balls are broke. So that one was really fucking bad. 10 of 10, do not recommend twisting your balls. And it happened deadlifting like 315. Like I was warming up and it was like at the top and my big like.
How's that happen?
I don't know, dude. And like my big Hispanic guy was like, Mr. Roger. And I was like, dude, I am not okay. Get Jerry. Get a pee bag. Like we're going to the hospital now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I drove myself to the house with like a frozen pee bag on my balls.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
That's a very scary
It's
situation.
not fun, dude. Not fun. And then I like waddled all Christmas. It was not an awesome Christmas.
Oh man.
So that was 3 of them. Number 4 was definitely Tim Brown saw this happen, and I know it freaked him out, dude.
Oh yeah.
When I split my lat in half,
Yep.
dude.
Still very visible.
Yeah, it's still very visible. Like if I flex, like turn to the side, you can see where there's a clear division. Like in that I think we were Paul's deadlifting, and he was standing on the side that happened, and he watched it separate. And he was like, dude, and I stepped off the platform and just hugged him. And he was like, bro, and I was just like clutching him, and I'm like, I'm not going to be okay. He goes, I know, I saw. He goes, should we go tell Jess? She's going to be mad. And I was like, yeah, bro, we can't hide this. Like, he's like split in half. Like, you can't hide that shit. So I talked to my PT, Tanya, and it was like the worst grade 2 you could possibly have. But she says if we went any further or put any pressure on it, they'd have to like go through my armpit and like push it and do all that shit.
Oh man.
So I don't want anyone to surgically go through the inside of my armpit. Like,
No, that sounds very uncomfortable.
And it sounds like it'd be really hard to heal, like because the skin bends
always
there.
moves,
Yeah.
Always have to like a brace.
Can you imagine having like
Keeping your arm up
staples in
here.
that area? Like,
Yeah.
Fuck, that would be nasty.
No.
And then, I mean, I've had a lot of really bad ones, but I'd say the one I had with you is pretty fucking up there.
I was terrified. So
Yeah, I think, I mean, you handled it well.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So this happened recently. This was 2 weeks before this summer.
Yep.
And we were raw benching. And it was just a freak thing. I think, what'd I go up, 10 pounds?
It was a 10-pound jump on a double.
And it was like, the one before that was crazy easy.
Blister
Like,
the double and then go up 10 pounds.
and it just, something was off and it popped on the second one, right?
Yeah, one rep was good. Go down. As soon as you get down,
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was the fucking.
I was wearing
bow tie.
I was wearing my Donnie Thompson bow tie at the time.
Yeah, I thought the bow tie had snapped or something like that. It was
it
a
was-
very loud, like just.
It sounded like
instant.
something ripping, and it was actually like the tendon.
Yeah. So, I mean, the pec like moved up, and it was like me and then like the high school kids.
The two kids, it was you and two kids spotting me. The kids are freaking out. Carl's freaking out.
I'm like, rip the bar off of him. I'm like, dude, what do I need to do? Like,
he's in full blown panic mode. I sit up off the bench and said, Carl, I've ripped my pec. And he's like, is that what that noise was? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, and then I just stick my hand in my armpit. I'm like, yeah, it's gone. It's just completely gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're going to help me get this bow tie off real slow. And he's like, we're going to the hospital. You were talking so fast, dude. You were panicked.
Yeah, I was.
I think you were.
I'm like, dude, did I handle that well? I don't know.
You know, it's a blur. Yeah, I think you were just as pale as I was. We were both looked like fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go sit down because I'm gonna go into shock.
Yep.
You're gonna not panic because you're gonna make it worse. And I was like, I need you to go get a sling and some Advil from Walmart, and we're not going to the hospital.
That's right.
Because, I mean, like, realistically, they're not going to reattach it. Like, you can't just be like, oh, this rip, we're going to go get it reattached right now. So, like, regardless.
Put a tack in it real quick.
Well, it's like a collarbone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you break it, they put you a sling and, like, time heals it, depending on the severity. And we didn't know how bad it was at the point in time. Right. But, like, it has completely separated in half. So, like, even right now, if I stick my hand in my armpit, there's just a fucking hole. And then after my PT, Greg, checked it out, he said if I was going to return to raw benching, I would need to have surgery again, and I opted not to. And then now here we are in a shirt benching 700 pounds.
Yeah. We just overcame and adapted.
Yeah, bro.
I wouldn't say we. That's you. That's not. I shouldn't say we.
You basically looked at me like, you don't need those. You don't need. you only need one of your titties. If one of them's good, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't. This needs to be served with a disclaimer. I do not recommend doing any of the shit I'm doing right now, just to be honest with you. But makes for good stories.
Makes for great stories.
Great stories.
I think we had to sit down at the magic table. We had it set up in the middle.
We did.
And we were like, okay, you're going to call Jess, and we're going to talk to her about what happened. And then after we talk, I'm going to run to the store.
and then I said, while you go to the store, I'm going to call Tanya and Greg.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep, and we had a plan. We were moving in action, and that was the tale of the...
Take the volume down a bit. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah. That's a tale of two titties.
That's right.
I think Mark Twain wrote that.
Mark Twain?
No. I wrote that. So, yeah, those are my top fives. So that was pretty gnarly.
Very nice.
But I think it leads very... on point into our next idea that doctors usually would, prescribe a return to play for youth athletes and older athletes, rec athletes, much sooner for the sport than they do the actual weight room.
Yeah.
Like, I know tons of, like, younger kids that I'm like, dude, like, you broke this or you tore this, and the doctor's like, oh, he's allowed to play football again in X amount of weeks, but he can't go lift weight. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is, but I definitely know that's like a common
It's
thing.
a very common thing. But I also, more importantly, in our aspect where we are in our lives, I mean, obviously you're much longer than have we said your age on the podcast?
No, we got a 10-year difference. Not a 9-year
yeah, dude.
difference.
I don't know if a lot of people
years.
know that you and me are a 10-year age gap.
Yeah, I mean, I turned 25 like a few months, like 6 months ago.
Yeah, and I turned 36.
Right.
In February.
Yeah, so 10 years.
So I'll be 36 when we go do the Possible Arnold.
Possible, yes.
Yeah, possible. I'm not saying we're doing it. I'm saying it's possible.
It's possible.
Hint, hint,
it's
wink,
an
wink.
idea.
Wink. Don't.
It's just up in the clouds right now. We have no idea what's going to happen.
We're not planning anything. But yeah, so there is a 10-year age gap between us. But I think doctors, especially when you're looking at comebacks and injuries, people are so used to dealing with like your average Joe Schmo. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is like people who are not particularly like super active or know anything about working out or have that drive to get better in that aspect, where we look at coming back from an injury as opportunity sometimes to, hey, what are some things I did here that I can now not do or do differently going further in order to not only overcome this injury, but possibly prevent something else from happening. Versus your average person that sustained like an injury, maybe it's a work accident or something like that, that are like, all right, I'm going to sit on the couch and collect,
whatever.
Part-time disability until it heals up enough to go back to work. But like you're not actively lifting, you're not actively seeking recovery movements, you're not actively questioning and talking to different people to try to solve that part of the equation. Right? You're just sitting and hoping and praying shit heals.
You're hoping
and
that your body's just going to take care of it on its own.
Yeah. Like, I mean, dude, like, even when I was stuck up in a bed, like, I was actively, like, I had TENS units on. I was doing leg lifts. I was doing all kinds of shit to try to get my mobility back. I was rubbing jelly on my legs and fucking, you know, I had the, what's it called? The myofascial release tools, and I was scraping myself. And, like,
Does that hurt?
When you're fucked up, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, it doesn't feel great when you're not fucked up. But when, like...
I've heard it doesn't feel great. So
well, I mean, when your shit's, like...
brand new attached.
Brand new. You're like, oh! Like, yeah, it's not great.
There's an injury under there. I can still feel it.
Yeah. Like, oh, this part's still purple.
Yeah.
Like, so I think there's so many people that are used to dealing with that when they see athletes make miraculous comebacks or cut their healing time or time to return to play in half, it always just seems like such a freak thing.
Yeah.
But I think it would be much more common if, like, there was more data collection on people like that and not leveraged against, you know, basic population that doesn't do that.
Yeah. I think a good point to make on this, though, is if you're in a recovery state and you have a timeline, like say you're signed up for something and you have an injury you sustained and you're under a recovery time period of like 16 weeks. So nothing super serious, but you're definitely down for the count for at least a month. Is there stuff you should do to accelerate that heal time, or should you just take that 16 weeks and make sure you're back, you know, in a good amount of time that you still have time to, you know, prep and do whatever you got to do for your sport and also recover correctly?
I think it really depends on the mechanic of the injury and also, like, who you have in your corner, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, I did a miraculous amount of work to get back to where I wanted to, but that wasn't without the help of, like, Tanya, Greg, Guillaume.
Right.
Like, I had so many people in my corner, you know, Kyle Young from Kabuki. Like, I had multiple people I was outsourcing Chris Duffin that were giving me tidbits of info, and I was compiling these plans and getting ideas and writing my own things. Like, you know, it was so multifaceted that I couldn't just say, like, you know, I did one thing and it got me better.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that would be super hard for me to pinpoint. But one thing that did, you know, I swear by this, and I know people have mixed reviews about it, and you can't take it if you are a tested lifter. It is on the banned substance list now. BPC and TB500. Peptides, dude. Straight Hercules blood, bro.
Yeah.
I healed like Wolverine on that shit. Like, and I've done it with smaller injuries and literally taken like a week. But I mean, I think but it depends on the method of injury, right? Like, honestly, like, so for my pec, like, I didn't take any for my pec. Like, once I knew that was fully detached and separated, like, no amount of TB is going to be like,
throw that tendon
like,
back there.
Yeah. It's not Gorilla Glue. Like, it's not going to reach out and pull it back together. Like, you can't heal that. You know what I mean? That's surgery for sure. But once you get the surgery, then you can take it to heal the speeding process and recovery of the surgery. Right? And that's what I do with my quads. Once I had my quads reattached, Jess was sneaking in TB to me like week one.
Yeah.
Like, we were doing it up.
Once I was there, ready to go.
Yeah, I was not taking any chances.
Let's get Duffin on the phone real quick and just ask him about peptides.
I talked to him probably maybe last month, because it was a little while after even, remember they released that Elite FTS
he was on there with,
clip with me talking about like my recovery and the stats of like your return to play and stuff like that, which I still find crazy. Is like, it's like 1% of the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't. They said most people, like, I think the injury rate was like, if you can walk a mile in like 45 fucking minutes, that's considered like good.
Great recovery.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's after like what? How many months of?
Like,
a year or something like that?
I think it was like almost a year, like 9 to 12 months. But I think this is one of the most important points we're going to talk about today is, can you establish between powerlifting pain and actual, hey, I'm hurt?
Like injuries or just hurt?
Right. And I think a lot of people, especially when they're new to powerlifting, right?
Right.
it's kind of multifaceted because when you're new to powerlifting, I feel like your recovery is better. Obviously, you're not as beat up. You're not taking on as much load yet. Mm-hmm. You kind of have that like the newbie gains, right?
Yeah.
Your recovery is better.
Right.
You haven't really gone through any mental anguish of it yet.
Sure.
You haven't fucked your shit up and be like, oh God, now I got to lift and come back from this. You know, like that, like you said earlier, like mental part of it is a huge, like, dude, that's just a whole nother animal. We could do a whole nother podcast on that.
Sure.
But like actual day-to-day pain, like, Carl, how many times a week do you probably floss your elbow if you're given the chance?
I've been flossing it more recently.
Well, I mean, more because we're in peak because you get a little more beat up. But like, powerlifting aches and pains, like, the more experience you get.
I had to do it a lot more once I started getting into like the fives, upper fives on benching. So it got more and more as like the weight increased.
Oh my God! So you're saying like you got stronger and could lift more weight, but like shit hurt more?
Things hurt more, yes.
Yeah, wild. That's crazy.
Yes, I know.
Who would have thought?
So, no, yeah, there's had to be a lot more like, I had to adapt my recovery to the heavier weights as I got, pushing more and more. And a lot of that included a lot of prehab stuff that I do, like off of the books, like, outside of training, and then like also afterwards, like getting some flossing done or stuff like that.
Do you care to name a few of those things? I mean, obviously we have, elbow flossing for sure.
So the main thing I'll talk about is the elbow TKEs. Those are huge for me, and I learned about that from the Trigger Warning Conjugate podcast with Roman and Anthony.
Yeah, those guys shout out to the boys.
Yeah, they were talking about elbow TKEs in one of their early seasons, and so he was saying that like as soon as he was getting into the sixes, he had to do a lot more of those. He learned it from Donnie Thompson, and I was like, well, I'll give it a try. My elbows are starting to hurt a little bit, and it actually it worked a lot. So I throw that in every now and then when I need to, and it carries over pretty well.
I think one of my big things is I get mine. I know you get yours on the backside, right?
Yeah.
You get yours backside. I get mine front side, where mine's creeping from the bicep attachment into forearm.
Yeah.
So I get mine here because that's the part. I actually have Carl have to knead my forearm sometimes with both his thumbs, like digging the fuck in there when I get out of a tight shirt.
Like out of the shirt.
I like lock up real hard.
But
I forget what the particular name is for, but when you're banding the two barbells together and you wedge your arm between the sleeves and
like a roller.
Yeah, you almost use it. It looks like basically you're forming two baking rolling pins together and just running your arm between it to essentially like
you're diffusing tissue in that. That's
exactly.
I think that's the word for it.
Diffusing tissue. Sounds smart.
Sounds smart. I know what I'm talking about.
Big brain over here, bro. He's doing work. I'm like, have you talked to Coach Carl? He straight diffuses tissue. It sounds really good.
I know like 5 words.
5 words. We've used one. Don't let them know. Don't let them know. But I think too, like a lot of people misunderstand that, and it's hard as a coach. And I know you've heard me gripe about this. It's hard as a coach to talk to your athletes about this because, like, let's face it, like, you have different levels of people you're coaching, right? You have your more experienced lifters that are very, very hungry and do what they need to do for the sport. You have ones that are like, hey, you won't chill the fuck out, and they're kind of like, you got to rein them in all the time. And then you have your other ones that are like your belly achers, right? That are like, there's something wrong every session. I didn't drink enough water. I didn't eat enough food. My elbow hurt. My wrist hurt. My whatever hurt, right? Like, are those clientele, like, how do you situate a talk with them that allows them to be okay with hurting?
That's hard. That's a hard thing.
It is hard because, like, some clients, get very defensive of it.
They want it all to feel good.
Yeah, like, dude, I will be the first one to say powerlifting doesn't fucking feel good.
It fucking hurts a lot.
Yeah, it fucking hurts a lot.
There's plenty of days where me and you were like texting like, hey dude, how are you feeling today? Because I can't get out of bed.
Yeah, like dog shit, dude. Congrats on your PR. I can't move today.
Yeah, you said you're like, I'm rolling out of my truck going to work. Yeah, there's a lot of days like that. But a lot of that comes down to like the training though. Like you got to know like what is okay to deal with and what's like a time to step back.
Right. Or like are certain movements causing that pain to lessen or become more severe, right? Is there certain things that are really agitating it? Like, I remember just like simply talking to Danielle about it the other day. We had like, she was saying like it's the actual load of a bench when she gets the higher numbers in like the doubles and singles, because she said if she backs it down, even though the accumulating volume is higher and taking things for like 5, it doesn't hurt.
Right. So how do you get past that?
I mean, I think that's definitely one of those things where like the prehab and rehab is super necessary. Especially like I always think of my first thing is obviously going to be your joints, like knees and elbows are always big for me, because I'm big on TKEs with knees, right? And then another big one for me was always the step downs. You've seen those. You've seen me do them, where you leverage a shorter box and it's like the opposite of a step up.
Oh,
yeah. You're keeping your one leg flexed and straight as you dip down to the floor in like soft touch.
Yep, I've seen those.
Yeah, to put pressure on that front area. But I think like you really got to like talk to the lifter and figure out like, hey, is this something as a coach you're really worried about? Or B, if the athlete is really seemingly stressed about that, like they need to get it checked out.
Yeah, I think it falls on the athlete a lot when it comes to like...
It does, like especially if it's something like that bad.
Hey, I'm not a doctor, I'm just your coach. If you feel like something's wrong, go get it checked out. We can adapt training until then, but if it's something that's just like gonna happen, then you gotta find a workaround or just keep doing it.
Right. Because for me, for example, like I used to be able to do them all the time. I love doing the JM press with the SSB bar. Yeah. That was like one of my favorite things. And I could go heavy as fuck on that. And it was such a great exercise. But now, especially since surgery, like, dude, that angle, like, it fries my elbows up. Like, I always feel like my tendons are going to snap, and it scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point, too. You got to look at, like, previous mechanisms of
previous
injury.
Ailments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I don't do, and I know you don't program for me, but just because I have, back problems when it comes to like I can't I'd be too afraid to step on get into a rack and do good mornings.
I would never
I wouldn't want to try that because I'm sure that's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I get to a point where I feel like good enough and I'd like try it super low weight, maybe, but there's just things that you gotta know, like from athlete to coach, like, hey, this is what's wrong with me beforehand. These are stuff that I can't really do. Can we find something that can substitute for that?
Yeah.
And that goes a really, really long way.
I think it also comes down to like your lifting frequency too, especially measuring now that we've talked about like your age gap between you and me. Like as you get it more experienced, right? When does less is more come into play? Because obviously that's something I've been really taking a liking to, and you've personally had a hard time adapting to.
Yeah.
Because you straight up tell them, man, how do you feel about it? I know you freak out about it.
I was freaking out. Okay, there's been several times throughout this whole prep.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should rightfully talk about that.
It was maybe like 2 or 3 times where I'll come into the gym and I'm freaking out, like, hey, man, I'm not doing enough. I don't feel prepared enough. I haven't squatted in like a week and a half, or I haven't deadlifted in 2 weeks. I don't know how it's going to play out. I had like back issues about 6 weeks out, and I was fighting that all the way through. And
well, that was the whole reason we decided you were also going to be on the less is more plan.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole time I was like, hey, I just got to trust the process. Like we're going through it, but I mean, it's hard. It's hard to deal with. Like there's a lot of
It's okay. You can say you're not scared of trusting the process. You're scared of trusting me. You can say it like that.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, to an extent, like, there is a lot of trust I put into you, like, as a coach and as a friend taking me through, like, the training process.
We're friends.
Yes. I think it's been stated on here before.
Oh, shit. We got it on recording?
So, like, I don't know. That's just, like, a hard part I had to deal with throughout this prep, and it's something I've learned as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things you if you're not learning throughout your training, you're not doing it right. Like, if you're not taking the stuff that you're doing and, I guess, I don't know a good way to say it. Like,
actively applying it?
Yeah, if you're not actively applying what you're doing and taking notes into the future in your training, then you're not increasing your database in your head of what you can use.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I'm doing exactly that with us right now. Like, I look back at preps, the last couple preps that previously worked for both of us versus what we're doing now, which also seems to be working on us. How can we come up with a combination of best of both worlds?
Yeah.
So we still feel like we're getting a little more build time in, but without that super extra stress that we were missing from the older prep.
Right.
Right. And I think that was something I recently listened to. I want to say it was on Table Talk, but talking about like losing so much time for building phases because of how much time you spend peaking if you're doing multiple meets a year.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you're hitting, five weeks of singles, varying between like, opener level, seconds, thirds, like we do.
Sure.
Right. Like how much of that, if that's eating away at your time to build, when we could be taking, a 5, just for example, a 5x5, right? Are you losing all that time building? Because I mean, you got to think if you do 4 meets a year times 5, 4 meets a year
That's
times
20
5
weeks.
weeks. You're losing 20 weeks of training.
Yeah.
Of building time.
Right. Now, there's something to be said about that where we're taking, I mean, this is my 3rd meet this year, so 5 weeks, 15 weeks of it, and I've hit a total PR each time. So, like, is there loss in building? It's hard to say.
Or are you just that good?
Well, I wouldn't say it's totally all, like, strength gains. Like, there's also...
Technique gains.
Technique, I've heard Hoff say it all the time, like, technique equates to pounds on the bar. So, if you get better technical, you are going to push more weight come meet day. But...
people underestimate that.
Yeah, no, they do all the time.
You don't always got to get stronger to get better. Better is better.
Better is better.
Better builds bigger totals.
And, I mean, even Dave Tate said back in his career when he was, like, getting into the gear, he liked it more because the raw powerlifting was, like, only a strength thing. But if he could get the gear better and learn the gear better, he had that over the guys that should out-total him.
Right, yeah. Yeah, especially.
So I take that, like, to heart. Like, I'm trying to learn this gear as much as I can. And in those, weeks that I'm peaking, even though it's, like, 15 weeks out of the year, I'm still, like, tweaking techniques and changing things that I need to.
You're looking to master your craft.
Yeah. I think that plays a huge part into it.
Yeah, 100%, especially in equipment. I totally agree with that. And I think also the way, especially if you're training in a conjugate training style where you're a rotational between max ME efforts and, DE dynamic efforts with your, whatever have you. You don't always have to use accommodating resistance and chains and bands and all that good stuff. But, like, if you're in a rotation of MEs and DEs, like, we usually do that. So we're really only exchanging, when we go into a peak, MEs for doubles and triples with AR to stripping it down to MEs with just singles.
Yeah.
So, like, in the same way, we're still following the same structure. So, and I mean, you would probably do well with this. I don't think my body would do well with this. If we literally kept the structure the same, even taking doubles and stuff, and there would be a little more guesswork at a meet. So, like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't take a practice single. You wouldn't take a practice whatever. It was like,
I don't know.
Like, if you could triple something pretty decent and felt comfortable, like, you could be like, that's my opener.
Well, yeah, that's how you
because
should take
then
them
then you would still say building though. Because you weren't taking a weekend squat session out to just be like, well, I'm just going to hit my opener 3 times for a single.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're still on a building capacity versus a testing, honing capacity.
Yeah. I just think it'd be so hard to take guesses on second and thirds after that.
Would it be? But think about how, like, along the line if you were more experienced, though.
Okay. Experience would play a huge part into it because I'm new into the gear right now still. Like, especially in multiply. Only like maybe a year into it.
Yeah. Once you know you more, like, it's kind of...
I don't know, man. The jumps get bigger. Like, you take bigger at higher weights once you're, squatting 8, 9 a K, above that if you can get there. The jumps get way bigger. Like, you want to...
you have to.
You want to spread your attempts out way more. So, like, I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah.
If I was, like, doubling... Let's say this is in the future and I take 900 for a double. That's awesome. That's great. But where does that lead me? Am I going to take 975 for, if you can handle 900 for a double, can you handle 975 for a second attempt and then jump to a K for a third? Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure people that have done it can tell you, but, like, I don't know. I feel like they'd be hard to guess attempts.
Yeah. It's just something to think about because if you're looking at trying to find a way to still stay like relative to that peaking path, but also be more conservative with losing time to the peak. You know, what could you change slightly in order to stay in a more building type phase is kind of like where I'm at.
Yeah. Maybe I got a little off topic there, but
No, I think making sense with the jumps is hard. You know?
I think what we've been running has been working pretty well, and it's still building. Like, I wouldn't say it hasn't at all.
No.
I mean, you've put size on drastically in the past, couple weeks.
I'm also eating like a horse.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
You're not going to grow if you're not eating. That should be said right here. Like, it doesn't happen.
But I mean, I do notice, like, even when we're talking about like experience and how you guesstimate those attempts, like, you also change as a lifter over time with those experiences, right? So in relation to comebacks, like we've been talking kind of thematically, like as I've gotten older and more experienced and overcome different injuries and parts of my powerlifting career, like I've grown out of certain rituals and habits. Mm-hmm. Like when I was lifting raw, and I'm sure there's tons of people like this, dude, I was very superstitious about like clothing. Mm-hmm. Like I wore the same socks every meet. I'd have to wear the same singlet every meet. I wasn't one of those guys like, oh, everything has to match. I just had like the ones I had used in prep, and it was like, those were the socks you wore in the prep. Those were the socks you wore at the meet.
You
like,
feel comfortable in those. That's what you had.
Yeah. So. Like I pulled a PR in these socks. I got to pull it. Like I was very diehard about that.
Right.
I remember being at a meet and having like a fucking panic attack because I had 2 pairs of deadlift socks and I couldn't find the ones I wanted to wear.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was sheer panic.
Would you like? I mean, did you find them?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, how'd the meet go?
It ended up being fine.
So, did you hold on to that?
No, I went back to being superstitious right away. I tossed it up as a fluke. I was still superstitious. But, like, I think some of the habits I've dropped too is, especially, like, I used to be a much more aggressive lifter as far as, like, huffing ammonia, stomping around, yelling, like, being real fucking hype in the bar. Right? Yeah, getting very rowdy. And even coming out of the bar.
Yeah.
Now I'm such a different lifter, man.
You're like
I'm very calm.
Collected.
I'm very calm and collected. Like I'm very big on like execution.
Yeah.
Like and I think in gear prepped me for that too. Changed a lot for me. But it was like I'm tired, bro. I don't got a lot of energy to waste. So like, why am I gonna waste it yelling and shit and getting fired up?
Right, you're wasting energy, man. You get up there, get fired up, there's a point. You have to get up for a lift. Like you have to be there for it. But there's an extent where if you get too up for it, you are gonna start wasting energy, wasting time. And that's stuff you could be putting towards the lift, So.
Yeah. Like I mean, especially with us in gear, like I'm wearing a pair of briefs.
Right.
I'm bent over. I have half a kit on the bottom. I'm wrapping my own knees.
You're wrapping your own knees.
I'm already out of fucking breath, dude. So when I stand up and you put straps on me, like. Right. What energy do I have left to go, ooh, and like put on a big fucking show over the lift? Like, I'm out of air, dude.
Yeah, no, just get in there and get it
down. I'll hit 1 ammonia for a 3rd attempt just so I don't pass out.
Be in the very moment of the lift. Yeah. Like, you're not just like, what you said, putting on a show for whatever's going on.
Like, I mean, and now when I come out of the rack, instead of being like, fucking like freaking out like I used to, now I'm like giggling and hugging you, dude. I like laugh half the time. Like, I'm a very different lifter than I used to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think once, especially with comebacks, like once you have enough terrifying scares to know if you're going to stay in the sport, like you learn to appreciate the small stuff like that a lot more.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like, it was about the show. It's about getting hyped, throwing down a huge PR and like coming out like a fucking bull in a china shop, like out of the rack. And now it's like, you just want to look up and smile with the people that got you there.
Right. You got there and you got out of it. And you're able to.
And you're like, hey guys, look, I'm alive. Like it's way different now, man. It just changes who you are as a person. It really does. And I mean, Jess can't wait for me to retire. She'll kill me if I come back out of retirement. If I don't retire for real. But like, I always talk about like one of the reasons I still do this is because of you. Like I want to be there for your first 2K. I want to be there to see you hit a top 10. Like I want to be there like with you in it, doing it with you, and not just the old bum coach on the sidelines anymore.
Yeah, we'll see if that's a lot of It's a long way to get there, but
Yeah.
I think it's totally possible.
But you got an all right friend and an all right coach, so
Right.
we might get you there.
We might.
All right, so we wanted to end the podcast with something fucking stupid, and I forget how we thought of this. But we wanted to do me and Carl's version of fuck, marry, kill with squat, bench, and dead. And we had answers for this, but Carl said he spent way too much time today rethinking his answers.
I had to put a lot of time into this.
Do you want to go first then?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right. So wait. First off, started off nice. Who would you marry between squat, bench, and deadlift?
I would probably marry squat.
Marry squat. You got to give some reasoning.
So the reasoning behind that would be, marriages are full of ups and downs, dude.
This is super thought out.
So you can. I love and I hate squat at the same time because squat is the most terrifying to me, and I feel like a lot of people agree with that. Squat's pretty scary. Commitment can be very scary. Marriage is very scary.
I don't think squats are scary at all.
Oh, I thought you were the poster child for squats being scary.
Yeah, I am.
So I feel like it ties in very well with that. The squat is the
it's like a ring in a circle with the marriage. It's forever.
It's forever. Yeah. No, I mean that's what it is. I feel like it's also the thing I care most about. Bench is cool. Deadlift is
okay. I like that reasoning, especially for you. Do care a lot about your squat.
I care so much about my squat.
It's a pretty squat.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, damn. Did I give you a compliment on the podcast?
You did. Yeah.
We'll have to edit that part out.
cut
our podcast is no more raw and real in one take. We're cutting that one part out.
It's staying in.
No. It's out.
So
we're marrying squat
Marry
for you.
Squat. I would fuck bench because I feel now hear me out on this one. Bench is the thing everybody asks about. What do you bench? Bench is the sexy upfront thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes good reasoning. Yeah. And and from a guy's perspective, who how many girls have you been with?
Yeah,
it's the same
exactly
douchey question of how much you bench, bro. All right,
Great explanation.
That makes so much sense.
So I'd go with that. I'd say bench for that one, and obviously that leaves deadlift to the kill. I don't like deadlifting. I'll just say it right now. I've said it before, but I don't like deadlifting. It's never been my strongest suit.
Because you got that old man back.
So if I could kick it to the curb, I could. But
although I can't talk shit about your old man back. Everyone's been asking who the fuck has been leaving that many plates on the reverse hyper.
Yeah,
and I'm it's Carl, dude.
Dude, I've been on my shit.
Yeah, you can reverse hyper a fuckload of weight. And not wild either. It's very controlled.
I've been
pretty
really
impressive.
working on it. That actually started after the whatever 7 weeks out when I was I fucked my back up. I gotta hop on my reverse hyper.
It was your
shit
first
again.
comeback.
It was my yes.
Come back in 6 weeks.
Right, definitely.
Can we rebuild him?
So that's my list. What about you?
All right,
start with Mary for you too.
Mary for me.
I know I had a great one. I had a really good explanation, so you're gonna have to.
I know you're gonna. All right.
You can agree with me. It's okay.
I kind of agree with you. I'm gonna say I would marry deadlift, and I think that's gonna surprise you.
No, I don't think it does.
No.
All
right.
I like that answer for you.
I would marry deadlift because I've been stuck at the same number for a really long time, and I just can't seem to make it go in either direction.
Right.
And when it's loyal to me, it's loyal to me.
That's right.
Hey, between 700 and 730, it's just like marriage. It always shows up for me.
That's right.
It doesn't get any worse, and it doesn't get any better. It just shows up for me.
It's always a constant for you. It's
constant,
always by your side, ready to stand with you.
It's a constant reminder of I'm stuck in it. See, that's a good explanation for
by
me.
law.
By law.
Tied in.
Let's see. I would fuck squat.
Really? That's surprising to me. Your deadlift didn't surprise me. That one surprises me.
Really? Why?
You tell me why it does, and explain it.
Well, my fuck squat is not near as cool and makes as much sense as yours. My fuck squat is literally fuck squat. I've always prided myself on having like a pretty decent squat and been a good squatter, but like relearning how to squat like 3 different times and being fucking absolutely terrified of it. Okay, here we go. I'll try to rephrase it in a way that makes more sense than like yours. Okay, so my squat is like that really, really intimidating woman.
Okay.
You following?
Yeah, I'm following.
All right.
I'm following.
A really, really intimidating woman where you're like, you want to get with her, but you're not quite sure.
You're like, ooh, that could be dangerous.
You're like, this could be a super cool ride, and like I'll be pretty respected for it, but like maybe just this one time.
You're playing with fire.
Yeah, I'm playing with fire, dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not quite sure, and I'm like maybe I'll dip my toes in the pool.
Can you stand in the flames and hang out?
I don't know if I make it, so fuck squat.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
She's danger.
Yeah.
She's more of my thrill seeker. And then I would say kill bench. I hate bench. I've always hated bench. And I've changed bench so many times. I've been, toes up, toes down, head down. I've been flat as a fucking board. Now I have an arch. Like, I've done straight up and down. I've done land the plane, take off in the plane. I've done it all.
Yeah.
And I still fucking hate it.
I mean,
So I would still
for
kill
hating
bench.
it, you're pretty good at it, but
But I would still kill it. Like, remember, I used to say I was always so pissed. It was Iron Man, where you had to do a push-pull.
yeah.
I wanted to do a squat pull. If I could do a squat pull, I would be super stoked.
Yeah, you can have your squat pulls. I want my squat benches. That'd be fun.
Squat
for me.
bench? You want to
Yeah.
do a squat bench competition? I'll do lowers only. For me, it's lowers only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, that's good. Good answer.
yeah, I mean, not as cool as yours. Yours was really good. You could tell you put some effort in that today.
I did put a lot of effort in it.
And then when you said it out loud, I'm like, God, it makes so much sense.
I'm telling you.
Oh, man.
It was like at least 3 hours of my day I was going back and forth in my head, like at work. What would I do?
What can I say that's really impressive? And this is also our first podcast. I don't even think we named him.
No.
We got a raccoon at Ren Fair together, and this is our nice guy on our
Keeping us company.
Yeah, I don't know what his name. We'll have to think of a name before next podcast.
Maybe.
Hopefully, we think of a name faster than for him than it will take you to change your Instagram handle.
I'm telling you, I will be in the hotel room when we are in there doing nothing. After we eat, sitting down, chilling, ready for this meet. I will change it.
All right, and right before we go, Carl, what are you hoping to total this weekend?
2K
2K
on the dot.
On the dot.
On the dot. I mean,
For
I will
all
take
the
more if
biscuits?
it's there, but I don't think I'll go any further. I want my 2K and I'll walk.
All right, my goal is I've never done 2,200 before, but right now my attempts are like well past it, almost to 23.
Yes.
So I would like something in the middle. Like even in worst case scenario, I'll be happy with 22.
Right.
But realistically, I'd like to go like 2250.
Yeah.
That would be
I'd say
super
that's-
cool for me.
I still think that's
2250.
very manageable for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I think that'll be pretty easy, and I can even skip some attempts and still hit 2250.
Yeah.
So, and also next podcast, hopefully my ass will be sore from Carl. I know that sounds super fucking.
Yeah, that sounds
we
a little,
gotta edit that
sounds a
part
little
out too.
sus. Pause.
But we said if I get 22, if I get this total, I'm gonna make him. We're bringing my machine. We're gonna make him tattoo the total on my butt cheek in the hotel room.
It'll be posted.
It'll be on the story. It'll be on the story. Probably a lot of laughter. You probably won't see much of the butt cheek and more just me and him crying with laughter.
And I'm crying too much because I'm laughing. I can't see the
It's gonna be
lines.
so sketchy. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we really appreciate everyone coming back and checking in for season 2. We'll have a recap and reminder and everything next week when we get back from the meet from New Jersey. Hopefully, both of us in one piece. That would be great.
Fingers crossed.
For
right?
both of us, yeah. No testicular torsions.
Phew.
Fingers crossed, not balls crossed.
You're more likely than me.
Dude, fuck that. Don't even speak it into existence. All right, guys. With love and grumpy paws, we're out.
We're out.